Welcome back to another deep dive, my friends. Today, we're going to talk about meditation and how important it is, okay? Because my journeys with meditation was first as like a therapeutic thing. It's like, anytime you feel agitated in life, you just sit down and woosah, like, what I mean? Like you go through the therapy of it. Like you ease your emotions. But then you start seeing it as, or I started seeing it as a natural position of rest, where that's the natural state you want to reside in, right? Like we all have a baseline of consciousness, right? The baseline is the consistent factors that run within your mind. I feel as if I don't meditate, right, then my baseline is going to be messed up, right? My baseline of how my mind is functioned is going to be messed up. It's going to be cluttered. It's going to be unconscious. I'm going to be unaware of certain factors of myself because I'm too preoccupied in the mind with BS, right? But when I have this meditative baseline, I'm able to see a broader perspective of my life. And because of this, I'm able to control my reactions to life. Let me give you a story time. Something that happened the other day, right? I was at the store waiting for a sandwich, right? At the corner store, waiting for my turkey, egg, and cheese on a hero. And while I'm waiting, Aqua's about to go get the sandwich. And some guy just comes through and he pushes past me. I'm like, what the hell? Slams his money on the table. Yo, Ak, give me some Lucy's, give me some Siggies. And I'm like, okay, it's kind of rude, but not a big deal. I'm gonna get my sandwich and I'm about to be out of here. And the Ak was taking a little bit long, so he was getting impatient. He was like, man, yo, hurry up. He's like, man, F it. Took his money, started dipping out. And then the Ak came back with my sandwich, gave me my sandwich, and he was like, yeah, get the F out of here, man. Get the F out of here. The guy comes back, he was like, what? What you said? Blah, blah, blah. Brushes past me, pushes past me again to try to come and argue with the Ak. And I was like, yo, bro, that's the final straw. You're not gonna push past me like I'm some doormat. Like, yo, back the fuck up, bro. Like, chill out, calm down. It's not that serious. And now he turns to me and he's directing all his anger towards me. Like, who the do you think you are? Get your hands off me. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, bro, it's not that deep. Like, yo, you could get your Siggies right now. You just gotta give him some time, bro. Relax. And he's like blowing up, like blah, 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 like trying to start a fight. And I'm like, bro, I'm looking at his eyes. I'm like, bro, you would get effed up right here, right now. And he's like, what you gonna F me up? Blah, 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 blah. And I said that because I felt that anger. I felt that emotion rise, like that fight or flight. Like, bro, this guy is getting up in my face. This guy is doing too much. I feel like laying hands on this man. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? And in that moment of him berating me and just looking, I'm like, we like intense, staring off into the eyes, right? No homo, pause, no diddy, right? We just looking at each other. I'm like, nigga, are you really about to like just die on this hill for this? What is this? And he's like 2 inches shorter than me too. He looked like he was in his like mid 30s or late 30s, like, but he was acting like a young nigga, like, they call them YNs. Like he's trying to act like a gangster, sag his pants, like, like, yeah, I'm tough. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just looking at him and I'm like, bro, I'm thinking about all the scenarios that can pop off right now. Like, what happens if I punch him in his face right now? Cause he had a punchable face. Like he was like right there in punching distance. Like, bro, what would happen if I punch his face right now? He's going to retaliate, right? He's going to grab me, or we're going to have a tussle in the store. It's going to be all types of shit. And then it's not like school, or it's not like, somebody's going to break it apart. Bro, the cops are going to get involved. And another thought came in my head. I was like, bro, just walk away. Like, you came to the store to get a sandwich. You didn't come to the store to have an MMA fight. Like, you come to the store to have a sandwich. Just walk away. Because you don't know this dude from anywhere. You don't know this dude from nothing. Like, I've never seen this dude before. It could be a crash dummy, like today was his last straw. Like, there's people out there that are just tired of life, bro. They're tired of the bills. They're tired of the people. They're tired of everything, bro. And they just want to just live a comfort, cushy life. And they're like, you know what? Jail sounds like a good idea, I want to live there for the rest of my life. But how do I get there? A life sentence. How do I get that? Because imagine I followed through with the actions. Imagine I punched him in his face and then he reached for something. Now it's a fight to the death. Now I got to fight for my life. Now it's like, oh no, I cannot end this chapter of my life in this store right here, bro. You gotta go, not me. It's a fight. It's a gladiator fight now. So I just walked away. I was like, you know what? Bro, you're not even worth it, bro. You're not even worth it. And I just walked off. And he's like, yeah, that's what I thought. You a little bitch. You a this, you a that. Ha ha. Yeah, I thought you said you was going to F me up. What happened? Da da da. You know what I mean? And then he started cursing me out the store. And I'm like, keep talking, bro. But I'm not going to hold you. My ego was inflamed, bro. My ego was inflamed. I was like, bro, I felt like, yeah, damn, I got bitched out. But it's like, bro, I just went there to get a sandwich. He didn't lay hands on me. You know, if I were to touch him right then and there, like, think about that. He could be a type of person that's like, yeah, touch me. And then when you touch him, he's like, he's filing lawsuits now. He's like, yeah, this guy, he attacked me and I'm seeking damages. You know what I'm saying? Within that moment, I was able to control my reactions because of my baseline, my meditative practices, right? In the midst of the storm, in the heat of battle, in the eye of the storm, right? When all the commotion is happening and everything, I'm able to be still and see, like, okay, hold on, right? Like, while this dude is berating me and all that, and we're in this intense battle off, I'm just like thinking about all the options right there and then. And I'm like, yeah, it's not even worth it, bro. This guy's not even worth it. Like, this guy is a level 2 troll or some shit. And you have to think about it, right? Somebody who is living life and is all good in their spirit and everything, they're not going around spreading misery or starting problems for no reason. That's what miserable people do. So he most likely has a miserable life and miserable in everything. He doesn't get any girl. He don't get no women. You know what I mean? He don't get no money. He don't got no money. His life is just not going the way how he wants it. And he wants to take out his frustration on the next person, anybody that he can. You feel me? And if he could implicate somebody else in the ugliness and like, yeah, I could get you to court. I could drag you into like some bullshit that I'm going through and I could entertain myself with that. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's misery spreading. It's like poison out there. So when you envelop yourself in that, when like, you know, and I learned this from Gnosticism, right? They have the idea of archons and demons and all of this stuff, right? Where demons are entities that drain your energy. They try to drain your energy. And the way how they get that is they lower you to their frequency. They lower you to their low vibrational frequency. Anger, fear, guilt, shame, all of that stuff. That's the lower frequencies, lower emotional states, right? When they get you to these low emotional states, that's when they can affect you. But when your frequency is vibrating at a high frequency, they can't mess with you like that. You hold a certain authority, a spiritual authority, where you once viewed a demon as this big bad wolf, this boogeyman that's under the bed and is gonna get you. Now you view demons as children who lack discipline, and you must tame them. The way how you tame them, the way how you tame the demons, the asuras, right, the forces of the unseen. The way how you tame them is you have to purify yourself, right? Because think about it, right? As I said, they feed off of your low vibrational emotions. They feed off of your reactions. Now, that man that confronted me in the store was very unconscious and was looking to crash out on somebody, right? But remember what I said, man. Remember what I said. An idle mind is the devil's playground. If you are not pursuing your goals, someone else is using you to pursue theirs. What is controlling an unconscious person? Right? When someone goes unconscious, like they're not thinking about their actions, they're not thinking about what they're doing, it's their subconscious programming. And I've seen severe cases of this because I would have some psychiatric calls with people who have, you know, dementia or, you know, some type of Alzheimer's, and their minds are stuck within a loop of a day and a time or a day and an age. They can't process any new information. Anything that's new, it's like their brain rejects it. When someone is in that subconscious processing, like they're only reiterating what their past has shown them about life and reality and stuff like that, and they're not able to process new information. So anything that you're saying to a person like that is going to come out through one ear and another, and it's only going to be filtered through the narrative and the emotions of the past. I hope that brother finds peace in his soul. I hope he progresses in life and does the best and all that stuff, because the trajectory that I've seen from him, bruh, the way how he acting and going about, and like, because I'm just a stranger, and man, like, just berating on a stranger like that, bro, you're gonna come across the right one, someone who's ready to throw it all away, or someone who's been throwing it all away and is not, you're just a fly on their shoulder, you know what I mean? And you just exit life off of that. But hey, maybe that's a match made in heaven, or more like a match made in hell. Who knows? But thank you for watching. Like if you like, dislike if you dislike, and I'll catch you on the next one.